Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today. We hope all of you are safe and enjoying the new normal. The TNP cell would like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone to this webinar today. In today's webinar, we'll be covering the importance of CV writing for placements. Today we have with us Ms. Tarannum to grace the event with her expertise and knowledge. She's an engineer plus an MBA. With her logical abilities due to her technical background and her excellent command over the English language, coupled with her vast experience of 20 plus years, she's a much sought after faculty. In her 13 plus years experience with time, she has mentored thousands of students and guided them to achieve their goals. She has a vast knowledge of various courses and the dynamic job scenario. She's a professional career counselor. It's a pleasure to have you, ma'am, today with us. Now, I would
Thank you,
like to
Malik.
request ma'am to take over.
Thank you, Malik, and welcome all of you. And it's great to have all the students here with me because I know that all of you are very, very eager to have a nice, good enough CV that gets you that interview. What does a CV get you? It can be interactive. You can talk, I think, right? Or you can write in the chat box. What do you think the CV gets you, the interview or the job? What? With the help of the CV, what do you get? Do you get a job with the help of that? No. That is a misconception. Everyone feels that if you have a nice CV, you're sure to get a job. No, the CV will get you to the first step, will get you to, yes, to be recognized by the particular organization that, okay, this candidate is good enough to be called for an interview. Right. So we look at the CV from that point of view when it is a fresher's CV. It is different when you are into a job for a few years. And then, obviously, the changes are going to be there in your CV. And based on whatever you put there, and then, you jump from one job to the other. Right? So your first CV as of now is going to get you that interview. Right. Um, Next, please. Right. Now, if you see over here, there's something, there are a number of things that I've written over here. And the first thing that I see over here is truth and statement of purpose. Has any one of you written a statement of purpose till now? Anyone? Rohit? Vasu? Shruti? Anyone? Have you ever tried to write a statement of purpose, or did any of your um, applications for the various college, the small units that you have, did they ask you to write something about yourself or why you want to join that particular program or something? No. Guys, you need to answer.
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, so then, this is something very important. I hope you make a note of this, that each one of you should write a statement of purpose for yourself. Now, if you are, aiming or gunning for a particular kind of job and you're looking towards the placement cell to help you get that, right? So, in that case, your statement of purpose should have all the skills that you've learned till now. Yes, it can be values and morals also that you learned through your life, through childhood till now, the kind of activities you have taken part in, right? The kind of the activities can be the technical part of something, or it can be managing the fest or anything online that you have done, right? The skills that you have developed based on whatever you have done till now, and and why do you want that job, right? What do you have in mind with respect to your career, the short term and the long term? Write that down for yourself, not to be submitted. So because you're writing for yourself, it is going to be a lengthy one, and it brings a lot of clarity to your mind. You know that, okay, I have done so many things. Out of these, the first 3 points are important, the next three are probably not so important, or they can be included in the earlier three. You do this for yourself, and not only your CV but your interview also will be great. Then will be, your answers will be logical. The interview panel will know that yes, you are keenly interested in that job and you worked on yourself for that. I take a number of mock interviews every year for almost 20 years now, and believe me, the panel can immediately make out with one or two answers itself whether the candidate is serious about that job or serious about that uh, place in the B school or not. whatever you are aiming for, whether for higher studies or whether for placement. The CV may be slightly different for both, right? Uh, Please move on. Next, please. And next. Yes, stay here. So we call it CV, we call it resume, right? Many people write biodata on top. You must be sure that as a fresher, you will not give the heading biodata, because biodata generally people give when they have a few, 15, 20 years of experience and they have a lot to write. The biodata will go on one page, two page, maybe 3 pages, right? In India, resume slash CV either can be written on the top, right? And the first thing that comes after there is that you have to write something, your objective statement, like that. You've understood that the CV is going to get you the interview. देखो आजकल क्या हो रहा है ना, आजकल द सीवी इज नॉट read only by the HR people. The CV needs to have certain keywords which are vetted by the app that they have, and on the first vetting uske basis par ho jati hai. So you may have done a lot of things, but if you have not prepared your CV properly, it may not even get to the HR in the physical form. Did you know this? I'm sure as youngsters you must be well clued in to all of this, right? So that is the reason why we say that pay attention to your CV. Yes, it will get you to a position where you can tell them about yourself face to face, right? And there was a research and they said that the average time spent by an HR person on the resume is less than a minute. Less than a minute. So much we work on it, and that's the time they give, because they've got so many CVs to go through. So you have to make sure that your CV has got those sparks, those stars that are there. Let's see how we can place those stars, right? Next. Yeah. So very clearly, CV is your resume or your CV is your selling tool. You're selling yourself, right? You're selling your skills. You're showcasing, letting them know that, okay, like, in an advertisement, what do they highlight? They highlight the main features. Likewise, you will highlight the main skills that you have. You will highlight those skills that match the job profile. So it is very important that you go through the job profile and understand the requirement over there, right? And then you put forward the skills that you have that match that job profile in the top. How many of you are there on LinkedIn? Professional sites like LinkedIn? How many of you?
How can we tell you, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Ma'am, I am saying that मैसेज करके बताना है या
जैसे भी तुम बोल के भी बता सकते हो, मैसेज भी कर सकते हो, but not all of you talking together. That's it. So Jyoti says yes, okay, yes, excellent, right? Vishnuji, Vasu, all of you, Shruti, yeah. So that's great, because that is one side which is going to help you with your internships. It will help you with networking in a big way. It will help you with your jobs also, right? Okay. The next one. So you see in the LinkedIn, when you join, on the left hand side you get those key skills and all, right? And then you press some of the key skills and others can endorse that yes, you have got those skills. So if you don't know how to word or phrase the skills that you have, you can take clues from there, right? And attention, as I said, that less than 1 minute is the time that the HR spends when they come for placement like this, right? So your CV as a fresher, it should be maximum one page, one side, that's it, not even the other side. So we have to be very brief, right, and direct. So there is no kahani story writing over here. All the descriptions on the stories you can leave for the interview then, right? And if you're applying for 3 different jobs, let's say which are the companies that you're targeting? You can type in which are the companies that you're targeting. There would be different companies with different job profiles, some of them. Then you need to have different CVs for different job profiles. Remember that. The same CV may not match the other job profile also. So be careful that if you have customized your CV, that you send the right CV to the right organization, right? And yes, definitely go through the grammar and the spell check. If you don't do that, the impression that the panel gets is that you have taken it very casually. ठीक है, हो गया तो हो गया, नहीं हुआ तो कोई बात नहीं. And you don't want that, right? Okay, Shruti, right? So take care of that also. The next, please. Yeah. Be concise and to the point because you don't have too much of space, right? And there's going to be only one side, one page. So, I mean, obviously your name is going to be there on the top. We'll see the format also. And be positive and highlight your positive points. There's absolutely no requirement to write any negative point about yourself, even though and that may be something, some trait that you have overcome now. As I said, all those things can be left for the interview, right? And the CV should be very professional looking. It should be as if, it should not be childish. There's no place for smileys and fancy borders. Remember that. Sometimes I do see CVs with, in the end, there's a smiley. Please stay away from those things. Unless and until you're applying for a job in an advertising agency as a content writer or, understand, then only. If you are presenting your CV to the panel in the physical form, then it should not be a photostat. Yes, it should be nicely typed out and straight page. It should not be folded also then. Otherwise, you will be sending it through mail. So that doesn't matter then, right? Next, please. Yeah. So the first point that comes in is the personal statement. So personal statement, if you read, 10, 20 CVs of others, you will realize that at least 50% have written exactly the same words for the personal statement. Why? Because they've all picked it up from the net. So you can go through the personal statements there on the net. That will give you a fair idea. But please word it differently. Something that suits you, not something that just looks good. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए that CV में somebody else is being projected and in the interview you are a completely different person. It should not be like that. So this is another mistake that many students make. They present the CV in such a nice manner and everything there is just to make the CV look good and not, in reality who you are. So don't do that because that is not going to help you later. Right? Your personal statement should include the goals that you include over there should be more aligned to the job that you've applied for. Right? Next. If you have any questions, you can ask your questions. Any one of you, if you have questions, you can put it in the chat box.
Okay, ma'am.
Right. Creativity can be shown in the sense that in the order of contents, but not creativity in the form of cartoons or drawings and all, or even playing with colors. Right. So generally, name and address comes at the top. Contact details. In the contact details, you will give your email ID. You will give your definitely telephone number and some other LinkedIn ID also you may want to give. Then the career objective will be there. Then if you have had some, what kind of employment history will you have? It will be only internship history as of now, right? So any internships that you've done, followed by your educational qualification. Now here, be very careful. You will make a CV like this, but sometimes when the companies come to colleges, they give a certain format and you have to fill the form, whatever format that is, and they take that as the CV. So that is different. You'll have to do that then. If the company has given a particular format to your placement cell, still you make a CV for yourself and take it to the interview with you, right? So educational qualifications, they may ask for semester wise breakup or something like that, or they may even ask the subjects that you have done, right? Then come the achievements and the awards that you may have won throughout. Then you will also highlight the skills that you have, the personal attributes that you have, any kind of voluntary work that you have done. Have you done? Because this is one thing that differentiates. See, educational qualification तुम सबका same रहेगा. Yes, all of you belonging to the same, all of you from IT, all of you from one particular department will have similar educational qualification. And many of you may have similar internships too. But if everybody has done one internship and you've done two or three, yes, that differentiates you. Not everyone wins awards, so that doesn't mean that. Yeah, good, Jyoti. So not everyone wins awards, not everyone is a topper. That doesn't mean that all of us others are not going to be called for interviews, right? So many times they are not looking only for toppers. They're looking for people who have been, consistently doing pretty okay, and they can be trained well. Whenever I speak to any HR person, and I never miss a chance, so I ask them that what do you look for? And they tell me that they look for people who may not be, experts in their field, who may not be, toppers, but they are keen learners. They are initiative takers. कैसे दिखाओगे initiative takers? Anyone? Yes, Vishwadeep, how will you show? Vasu, that you're an initiative taker? By? Yes, by taking part in different activities in the college, right? By maybe, taking up some online courses, Coursera or anywhere else. By doing something different, not only, even, it can even be that you're, learning music or something. So they want
मैम
initiative takers. बोलो.
मैम लैंग्वेजेस सीख के, जैसे ये
Yes,
सी
yes.
लैंग्वेज होती हैं, मैटलैब हो गया,
हाँ
इन्हें
हाँ,
सीख के हम।
बिल्कुल. जो लैंग्वेजेस तुमको तुम्हारे करिकुलम में नहीं है और तुम उसे सीख रहे हो फिर भी,
यस मैम।
राइट, डेफिनेटली. तो देखो, तब उन्हें पता चलता है ना कि अपार्ट फ्रॉम द कॉलेज करिकुलम यू हैव टेकन द इनिशिएटिव टू पुट इन एक्स्ट्रा वर्क, और तुम मतलब काम करने के लिए तैयार हो. यू डोंट शाई अवे फ्रॉम एक्स्ट्रा वर्क. तो उनको ऐसे ही लोग चाहिए ना, जो काम करने को तैयार हो, सीखने को तैयार हो, और उनके लाइफ में कुछ एम है. दे वांट टू रीच समवेयर इन देयर करियर. ऐसे लोग का वो क्या करेंगे जिनको बस जॉब मिल गई और उसी सेम लेवल पर उनको लाइफ लॉन्ग चलते जाना है धीरे धीरे. दे डोंट वांट दैट, राइट? सो रिमेंबर दैट योर सीवी शुड रिफ्लेक्ट ऑल दोज थिंग्स. तो वो कैसे होगा? यू विल हैव टू टेक मोर इनिशिएटिव्स, यू विल हैव टू टेक पार्ट इन डिफरेंट, तुम्हारे कौन से क्लब्स हैं कॉलेज में? आर यू गाइस पार्ट ऑफ सम क्लब्स और नॉट? मेंबर हो किसी क्लब के? नहीं हो तो देखो कौन सा क्लब तुम्हारे इंटरेस्ट का है. जो इंटरेस्ट है उसी में, जस्ट लिखने के लिए नहीं, बिकॉज सीवी में लिखोगे और इंटरव्यू में क्वेश्चंस पूछेंगे, देन दैट विल बी अ प्रॉब्लम देन, राइट? यू कैन जॉइन सम क्लब, you can take part in the activities conducted by the club, you can conduct activities, you can write in the CV that organized. So then that will tell them that okay, this person has got organizing abilities also. That comes under the leadership qualities, right? So extracurricular activities, your interests, hobbies, they come into play. And references, you may write references. किसके रेफरेंस दोगे तुम एज फ्रेशर्स? जहां पर तुमने इंटर्नशिप की है. Yes, the manager under whom you've interned. When you do an internship, then you also get a letter of experience or something, right? Whoever has given you that letter of experience, first you need to talk to that person that can I give your name as reference. तुम रेफरेंस में अपने प्रोजेक्ट हेड जो भी रहेंगे कॉलेज में, या तुम्हारी डिपार्टमेंट हेड है, उनका नाम भी दे सकते हो. रेफरेंसेस बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स मिस आउट कर देते हैं, विच आई थिंक दैट देना चाहिए. Now, if you don't have good relations with people, then उनका नाम मत दे देना, right? Okay, the next. Yeah. Now, here is a problem, that how do you know that what are the skills you have? So many people tell me that ऐसा कुछ खास किया नहीं है मैम, क्या लिखूं, there's nothing great that we have done. So there can be many things जो तुम नहीं realize करते हो. So if you may be a student whom your friends rely on, right? Any help that they need last moment and they come running to you, knowing that you're going to help them, then you're a reliable person. Yes. Sometimes friends come and they offload all their troubles to one person in the group. क्या वो अच्छे से सुनता है सब बातें, मे बी solutions नहीं है उसके पास, but yes, they feel light-hearted after speaking to you. So that is also a good quality, no? That you're a good listener. So these are also qualities that you can put in there. Apart from the technical skills, that definitely should be there. Because in the job, those are the first thing that they will look at, and then they will look at these also. Right? So ask your friends, ask your family, yes, about what they think about you, all the positive things that they think about you, and you can take clues from there. Right? Next. So those would be the star highlights that are there. Now, when it comes to formatting, pay attention to formatting, right? The page should have proper margins on all the sides. Don't use a font size that is very small just because you want to put in a lot of things over there. इतना छोटा font size नहीं होना चाहिए that पढ़ने में मुश्किल हो, right? और इतना बड़ा भी नहीं होना चाहिए कि you just need to fill in the space, right? So a normal 12-point font size would be fine, and a normal font Times New Roman is fine, right? And we'll talk about color also. Next, please. Generally what happens is that most of the CVs that you'll see would be, which color would you use? White paper पर white background पर कौन सा color use करोगे? Black. That's what we see everywhere, right? Black. And sometimes now these days what I'm seeing is that many of the headings, the subheadings that are there, they are in dark blue. So that is fine, that is acceptable. But no need to put in red and green and other colors. If everything is in black, that is also fine. Right? And use bullet points. Use bullet points so that it is easy for the person who is reading to make out exactly what you want to tell them. And yes, things are generally left aligned, but I'll show you some CV formats where they use the page as two columns like that. Right? Next, please. Spelling, checking, grammar, all those things definitely, right? And education, when you're listing, the most recent one, if you're in your third year, things are going to come at the top, then the second year, then the first year, like that, right? And as you go from third year to final year to other things, you keep on adding and refreshing your CV. What happens is that when you're refreshing, you may need to cut out some of the earlier things and add in some more relevant things, some more relevant activities that you've been a part of. तुम लोग में किसी ने internship किया है?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So you must have got some letter also from there.
Yes, ma'am.
Generally, what happens that one forgets कि internship में हमने क्या क्या किया था. Good. So what you should do is that you must make एक लिख कर रखो कहीं पर that okay, इस internship में मैंने ये चीजें इन चीजों पर वर्क किया, इन प्रोजेक्ट्स पर वर्क किया, and these are the things that I learned. Because after 2 years जब तुम उतना इंटरव्यू देते रहोगे, then you might forget कि उसमें exactly क्या किया था. Maybe you've done जनरली बच्चे 2 से 3 इंटर्नशिप ही कर लेते हैं आजकल. तो ये जरूर से लिख कर रखो अलग से apart from the CV for yourself, right? Any awards and honors that you have. अब देखो 4th standard 5th standard के awards वगैरह लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. +2 के बाद तक का, starting from +2 you can put in. But yes, if you have been, let's say, the football captain of the school team, or you were leading the choir in the school, you can write that. Any leadership quality like that, you can put in. As a fresher, you can put in abhi, but not maybe 5 years down the line. वो तुम्हें हटाना पड़ जाएगा फिर. आगे, next, Malik. Yeah. Career objective, we've talked about that. Key skills, technical as well as managerial, put in both. And yes, if you've got very good typing skills, you can put in there. As one of you said that okay, you've learned some language which has not been taught in college. You can include that also. If you're a very good debater, anything, or like Jyoti has worked in an NGO, mention that. And जब वो mention करते हो ना, अगर अगर जगह है तुम्हारे पास, yes, then you can also write your role over there. अगर बहुत सारी चीजें की रहती है ना, तो there is no place to write all those things in detail. Then you can just mention. Duration भी mention करना. Don't just write work for so and so. Right, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 3 months, 2 months. Okay. And if you have worked on a project, name that project. Next. Yes. And some of you maybe, projects तो तुम लोग सबके होंगे कुछ ना कुछ, right? You can mention that project title also. Because when you work on your project, you know all about it. So if you're questioned in the interview, very good. You'll be happy to answer. Right? For any internship also, as I said, your role that you must mention and the skills that you have gained through that. They would be the skills that you can highlight. The brief description of your responsibilities, achievements, and competencies, if there is place. Otherwise, write it for yourself. Otherwise, you're going to forget, as I said. Move on, please. Yeah. Now, कुछ लोगों में तुम लोगों में से कुछ लोगों ने स्कूल के टाइम से ही बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज की होंगी, राइट? देन which ones to include, which ones to keep away? Then include the activity that you have been involved in for the longest period. उसको कभी exclude नहीं करना. The most important long-term activity that you've been a part of. And yes, like somebody said that okay, blood donation has been a part of blood donation camps. तो लाइफ में कभी एक बार ब्लड डोनेशन किया है या लाइफ में किसी ने 10 बार किया है, that will make a difference then, no, right? So if something like that is there, also list the frequency of the activity. And as I've said, activities prior to college, only if they are applicable to healthcare, because pandemic के टाइम में बहुत कुछ NGO related काम हुआ है, or some leadership qualities come through those activities, right? Next, please. Yes, so your achievement need not be that you have won the first prize or the second prize, yes, or the star of the something like that, right? It can also be that you were on with a very difficult project and you and your team managed to complete the project on time. Yes, it can be some research paper that you have published. कई बार क्या होता है that बच्चे apply करते हैं for publishing and they're not sure publish होगा कि नहीं. You can mention that. Submitted, don't write publish then, write submitted a research paper on this topic for publication. Right? उसको तुम लिख सकते हो submitted करके. Now, if let's say you did not score very good marks or a very good grade, but still you were in the top 10 percentile, top 25 percentile of the class, then you can mention it like that. Instead of giving a proper number as you stood 10th or 5th or 4th, ये नहीं दे करके भी you can write in the top 10 percentile of the class like that. Okay? If you were part of a society and you helped the society in such a manner that whatever activity they conducted, वो activity तुम्हारे suggestions की वजह से भी काफी success मिला. अगर तुम numbers लिखते हो ना, then that's very nice. That your position as the president of the society, in that position you managed to increase the footfall from 35 to 500, something like that. Right? Next. Membership and affiliations, अभी I doubt that तुम लोग में से होगी, लेकिन अगर है then please mention. If you are part of some technical groups and all, you can mention that. right? And definitely societies you must mention here. Next. Yes. Now, if you see, the special skills need not be only technical, है ना? Need not be only computer skills and technical skills. There can be, maybe you learned a foreign language. I know many people learn German and Spanish and French and Japanese. You can mention that in the job. That's a big plus. With globalization and so many teams working together across the world. So anything different that you've learned, include that. Any special interest that you have, maybe you are a sports enthusiast, maybe you are a very good chess player. Zaruri nahi hai that things have to be outdoor only, right? It may be that you write blogs and there are many followers, कुछ भी हो सकता है, right? तो उसको मेंशन करो वो सब चीजें जो है. फैमिली बैकग्राउंड ना, ये आई डोंट हैव अ पेन हियर टू क्रॉस इट आउट. इट शुड बी क्रॉस्ड आउट. फैमिली बैकग्राउंड पहले लोग लिखते थे, मैरिटल स्टेटस, फादर मदर, नहीं चाहिए अभी, not required, right? Next please. Yes, very very important that be honest. One point where the interviewer catches you that you have not been honest in giving the information in the CV will not be good for you at all, right? They almost all the organizations, they lay a lot of emphasis on ethics, especially when they are looking for a candidate for a job profile जिसको वो आगे ले जा करके लीडरशिप पोजीशन में डालेंगे. अगर वो बहुत मंडेन रूटीन वर्क रहता है ना, तो उसमें दे डोंट बॉदर. रूटीन वर्क के लिए दे जस्ट वांट पीपल कि अच्छा ये बस एंटर करना है, डेटा एंटर करना है, लाइक दैट. सो दैट्स डिफरेंट. यू गाइज आर नॉट देयर फॉर दैट, है ना? So that will be another level of people that would be taking. So yes, morally and ethically be correct. Next. Yeah. So there are various templates that are available on the net. Various templates are there, and if you search, then okay. If you search for templates for fresher engineer like that, no, बहुत सारे templates मिलेंगे. You can choose from there, and you can have a format like this also. इसमें they have written across the page. I'll show you other templates where across the page नहीं लिखा है. So see over here. So whatever he's in that manner, I just wanted to show you the template over here. No need to follow exactly what is there, but yes, if you see personal information given earlier, yes, and then the other things related to the job and all. Carry on. Next please. So this is another template. These I picked from the net only. See, in this one the formatting is different. In this one you have there's more Indian style, right? Education and experience. In place of experience you can write internships, right? Then the research that has been done, then the coursework. Yes, if you want to highlight some particular electives that you have taken, जो सब लोग नहीं लेते हैं, या वो ऐसा इलेक्टिव है जो तुम्हारे जॉब प्रोफाइल से मैच करता है, you can highlight that also, right? The societies you've been a part of, the awards that you've won, and the skills also. Next. Yes, now this is something very important, that whenever you send your CV through the mail, you will also have to write a cover letter. Now the cover letter should not be a duplicate of your CV, and it should not be very lengthy also. Have you written a cover letter? Have you heard of it earlier? कवर लेटर के बारे में सुना है?
नो मैम.
नहीं. तो जब भी तुम भेजते हो ना, तो सिर्फ PFA करके नहीं भेज दोगे ना. यू राइट अ कवर लेटर, छोटा सा, नाइस, यस, एंड देन यू आर गोइंग टू सेंड इट. छोटा बिकॉज यू आर स्टिल अ फ्रेशर अभी. मूव ऑन प्लीज. ये जब मेल करते हैं ना, जब CV, तब मेल के साथ में कवर लेटर जाता है, राइट? सो इट शुड बी स्मॉल, सिंपल, राइट? एंड अगेन कस्टमाइज्ड टू द जॉब. अब TCS की कोई जॉब के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हो, या किसी न्यू स्टार्टअप के लिए कर रहे हो, तो कवर लेटर थोड़ा अलग तरह का रहेगा, तुम्हारा CV भी थोड़ा डिफरेंट तरह से रहेगा तब, राइट? You can write a small paragraph about the position that you're applying for and why you think you are suitable for that position. एजुकेशन हिस्ट्री वगैरह तो तुमने सीवी में डाली ही हुई है, राइट? या मूव ऑन प्लीज. Now the structure, now for you the structure can be that, okay, in 2 paragraphs you can finish it, and the first paragraph can be a very small, maybe only 2-liner, where you introduce yourself and as to which job profile you're applying for. And the second paragraph, you write more about yourself. If there is a project or some internship that you want to highlight, और जो तुम्हारे job profile से match करता है, जिसके लिए apply कर रहे हो, उसके बारे में तो कुछ you can write a little bit more here, right? Your knowledge of the company are not required at this stage, right? You may include a couple of sentences about your career goal and all, right? And then you finish. Next. Yeah. So finally, you need to, each one of you will start with your SOP. Remember, yes, SOP ke basis par you're going to pick things from there and put in your resume/CV, and you will also have some cover letter ready. Even when you apply for internships, my dear, there also you will need to send a cover letter, unless until, again, as I said, they have a format, online format है जिसमें directly apply करना है, तब वो अलग चीज है, right? And देखो, LinkedIn के through भी जब तुम contacts बनाते हो, so there also you need to introduce yourself, you need to write what you're interested in, so that will also be in the form of a cover letter, right? So cultivate new skills, learn new skills, then only your CV is going to be different from the others of your batch, है ना? अब बिल्कुल अलग तो नहीं रहेगा, बहुत सारे लोगों का कुछ कुछ मैच करेगा, that's okay. Build your resume. We always say that build on the skills that you have. How will you do that? Let's see that. Next. Avoid howlers like this. अगर तुमने अपने CV को revise, I would say, नहीं किया है, उसको cross check नहीं किया for spelling, for some silly errors that you've made, that will be a problem then, right? Even they say simple spelling mistake. Second one over here, received a plague, it should be received a plague, PLA, it should be a Q instead of a G. So be careful with your spellings also. Marital status तुम्हें लिखना ही नहीं है, it's not required, right? And you should not sound pompous. ऐसा नहीं कि तुम समझते हो that you are the best in the world. Then they don't want you. They want people who know that they can learn more, right? Next. Yes, so these are the things you can do, all of you. You can join clubs, participate in activities, initiate activities. Yes, volunteer करो. अगर क्लब के मेंबर नहीं भी हो तो दूसरे फिर भी volunteer करो. Club membership, I'm sure you must be having interviews and all for that. Elections and interviews, right? Develop some team skills. Online competitions बहुत होते हैं, बहुत सारे companies हैं जो online hackathons होते हैं. Have you taken part in them? I know many youngsters who take part in hackathons and all. बहुत सारे केस कॉम्पिटिशन्स होते हैं, अमेरिकन एक्सप्रेस कराता है, KPMG कराता है, बहुत लोग बी अलर्ट, फाइंड आउट, साइट पे जाकर देखो कि अच्छा कोई कंपटीशन हो रहा है, अपना ग्रुप बनाओ एंड टेक पार्ट. Maybe you won't win in the beginning. Winning is not the part over here. When you take part, you write that in your CV. So again, initiative taker, right? Move on, please. Yes, social media, people look at social media when you apply. So be careful with what you post on your Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all. LinkedIn is a very good professional site to be on and connect with people. LinkedIn पर सिर्फ member बनने की से नहीं होगा. Comment on what some articles that others have written. No, you need to be a little active वहाँ पर, right? And if you can get somebody to endorse the skills that you have, very good. Maybe your club seniors, or maybe your teachers, or maybe those under whom you've interned, right? Next, please. Yes, and use all these opportunities for getting references, for even coming to know about vacancies during the pandemic. You must have seen that there's so many people who, various big organizations who did not advertise as such, right? But their HR managers would write on LinkedIn that they are hiring for interns. So be on the lookout, right? Next. And yes, definitely, there are so many open, there are so many MOOCs that you can learn from there. Yes, कोर्सेरा के कोर्सेज हैं, बहुत सारी यूनिवर्सिटीज के ओपन लर्निंग के कोर्सेज हैं. 3 days के कोर्सेज होते हैं, 5 days के, 1 week के. इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी दैट यू टेक अप अ 2 month और अ 3 month कोर्स. जो छोटे छोटे जो कोर्सेज हैं वो भी तुम कर सकते हो. And all this will increase your marketability in the market, right? Hashcode recently, that's good, Vasu. It's very interesting. I've seen students, they enjoy so much during case competitions and such competitions that are there. Did you enjoy, Vasu? Was it an individual one? Was it a group one? Generally they are group activities. Good, good, very good. Right, next. Yeah, so in summary, education रहेगा ही तुम्हारा, relevant experience would be your. So as I said, order ऊपर नीचे यहाँ पर हो सकता है इन दोनों चीजों का. Then research and project, whatever you have done, languages that you know, hobbies, interest. It is good to include your hobbies and interests, because on the basis of that also they get to know you. अब देखो, अगर मैं let's say if I'm a sports person, right? And I like that, okay, trekking, mountaineering, rock climbing, ये सब मेरे hobbies हैं. And कुछ job में चाहिए that उस candidate को 10 घंटे एक टेबल पर बैठकर काम करना है. So the candidate may be very good, but may be not completely suited to that job. Understand? All right, next. This is how they interpret the CV. Now have a look at Elon Musk. This must be a little old CV of his, but let's just see. So what has he done? So many things over there. Still, he's done so much in life. Still, everything on one page, one side. One page, one side. That's it. So definitely, हम लोगों का CV भी एक side में रह सकता है ना? And the picture. Now sometimes the organization asks for a picture. Sometimes वो कहते हैं कि हाँ picture डालो. अगर नहीं मांगते हैं, then don't give the picture. Don't give the picture. Just, and this is how it goes. Write your name at the top, your personal details, and sometimes your personal statement also at the top itself. A line is there, and the rest follow. The next, please. And here another, Marissa Mayer. I don't know if you've heard of her, right? Again, leading or heading an organization, but let's see everything on one side only. A day in my life, that is something extra, not fit for you at this stage. Depends on the job that you're applying for. We can be a little bit more creative when we are applying for startups and all. स्टार्टअप कल्चर थोड़ा अलग होता है ना, और कॉर्पोरेट कल्चर वो अलग होता है. वहाँ कॉर्पोरेट कल्चर में यू आर मोर फॉर्मल, एंड योर सीवी शुड आल्सो बी मोर फॉर्मल देन, राइट? सो वी एंड हियर. नाउ आई एम रेडी टू टेक क्वेश्चंस. कैन वी गो बैक टू द फर्स्ट स्लाइड, the one that said SOP, statement of purpose. No, the next one. Yeah, right, we'll leave it here. Yeah. Now open to questions. Anything that you would want to ask me. पहला सीवी जो होता है ना, वो कभी भी तुम्हें अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. The first one that you make, you're going to make one, you're going to make changes. You should always get somebody to look at your CV and suggest changes, right? And then you come up with a final one, right? And I'm sure your placement cell will be a big help there. Generally, colleges के placement cells, the students who volunteer over there, the teachers who are in charge over there, Yes, they are of great help with respect to a number of things related to your CV. And statement of purpose तो मैंने इसलिए अलग से स्क्रीन पर रखा है that all of you please write this for yourself. Yes, any questions? Anyone? Related to what you think you can include or not include. तुम लोग सब कौन सी ईयर में हो? सेकेंड ईयर, थर्ड ईयर, फाइनल ईयर?
फर्स्ट ईयर।
फर्स्ट ईयर। तो अभी तो तुम लोगों ने कुछ खास अपना प्रोफाइल बिल्ड नहीं किया है ना?
यस मैम।
राइट, तो देखो अभी कितनी चीज तुम कर सकते हो टू स्लोली बिल्ड योर प्रोफाइल। और इंटर्नशिप्स भी जनरली आई थिंक सेकेंड थर्ड ईयर से ही करोगे, थर्ड ईयर से। बट इन द मीन टाइम, एज लाइक वासु इज पार्टिसिपेटेड, वासु यू आर आल्सो इन फर्स्ट ईयर? No. Okay. So as you know, your friends, some of them have already started participating in all these. Oh, yes. Okay. So you also take part, no? अगर तुमको कोई कंपटीशन नहीं मिलता है ऑनलाइन किसी कॉर्पोरेट वगैरह का, तो तुम सिमिलर कंपटीशन अपने कॉलेज में भी ऑर्गेनाइज कर सकते हो। फर्स्ट ईयर में हो तो देयर इज सो मच यू कैन डू टू इम्प्रूव योर एंड वर्क ऑन योर प्रोफाइल, कि अपने सीवी में व्हाट इज इट दैट यू वांट टू पुट देयर। एज आई सेड, कोर्सेरा के भी जो कोर्सेज होते हैं या एनी अदर ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म, बहुत सारे बिग यूनिवर्सिटीज के भी कोर्सेज होते हैं। जो फुल बड़े वाले कोर्सेज होते हैं ना, उसमें यू गेट अ सर्टिफिकेट एंड ऑल, नॉट रिक्वायर्ड, यू कैन पेमेंट वाले कोर्सेज करने की जरूरत नहीं है, तुम छोटे छोटे कोर्सेज भी कर सकते हो। पैंडेमिक टाइम में बहुत बच्चों ने डिजिटल मार्केटिंग का कोर्स किया, किसी ने कुछ किया लाइक दैट। एटलीस्ट यू विल बी एक्सप्लोरिंग डिफरेंट एरियाज ऑल्सो and to see whether you have an interest in that or not. Hobbies, बहुत सारी हॉबीज अभी नए नए हॉबीज भी मैं देखती हूँ, और कुछ बच्चे कहते हैं कुछ टाइम ही नहीं है करने का। टाइम सब लोग के पास है, कुछ नहीं तो कम से कम नो बुक रीडिंग ऑल्सो इज अ वेरी गुड हॉबी। You can maybe maybe you're a health fanatic and you are very careful about your gymming routine and your diet and all, right? बट कुछ तो ऐसा होना चाहिए ना जो स्पेशल इंटरेस्ट रहेगा तुम्हारा, नहीं तो लाइफ विल बिकम वेरी बोरिंग, है ना?
यस मैम।
राइट। एनी क्वेश्चंस दैट यू हैव फॉर मी? एनीवन? किस तरह की इंटर्नशिप करना चाहोगे, या अभी तो कॉलेज ज्वाइन किया होगा, है ना? ऑफलाइन कॉलेज इज ऑफलाइन और ऑनलाइन?
ऑफलाइन चल रहे हैं हम।
ऑफलाइन चल रहा है, तब तो वेरी गुड। सो यू आर मीटिंग देयर, सो यू हैव अपॉर्चुनिटी टू डिस्कस विथ योर सीनियर्स, मीट योर सीनियर्स if you've not visited the अभी तो तुमने विजिट भी नहीं किया होगा प्लेसमेंट सेल ऑफ द कॉलेज, जाओ विजिट करो, देखो वहां पर पोस्टर्स लगे होंगे, प्रीवियस कौन बच्चे कहाँ गए, कौन सी कंपनीज आती हैं, बहुत सारी चीजें वहां पर दे पुट अप, एंड टॉक टू योर सीनियर्स अबाउट व्हाट आर द थिंग्स दैट यू कैन डू, right? All this will help you with your with building your resume and putting the right content on your CV, right? Dhirendra, are you there? Dhirendra sir? No. Okay. Yes. So Malik, any further questions from anyone?
Anyone has any questions, you can freely unmute and ask or drop it in the chat box.
Yes. So I had one thing from Kulbhushan. A research paper was published in college journal. Yes, definitely. Give the title of the research paper, Kulbhushan. You can do that for sure. Right.
You can note down my number, or if you have, you can contact with Maulik for any further query.
Yeah, you can send your number on the chat box, please.
Or you can contact, give your query to Maulik, we will contact.
Definitely. Right, so that's great, Kulbhushan, that you're in the first year and you've got your research paper published in college journal. That's great. And as I said, all of you, not a single person should think that I don't have so many things that others have. Everyone has got something unique. And each and every person can develop something, develop an interest in something that is very pertinent to the kind of job that you want. right? Some of you may, later down the line may even think of, doing a master's in something. It can be a master's in the subject that you're, graduating in. It can be a master's in management, whatever. तो आदमी का ना फर्स्ट ईयर से थर्ड ईयर तक जाते जाते ना बहुत सारा ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, करियर ऑब्जेक्टिव्स चेंज भी होता है. So that's okay, that's fine. But how will you know? You need to explore, then only you will know that, okay, your interest lies in this. Right? So, okay, so that will be all from my side then. Good luck, all of you. Enjoy your college life. Learn a lot. Yes. Be active in everything that is happening in college. It's a very good, ground to build your personality. Yes. For any queries, drop a mail to students.usict.ttc@ipu.ac.in. Right then, I'll sign off.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking out your precious time and delivering today's session. It was a wonderful session. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Most welcome, Maulik. And any queries you can direct to Dhirendra sir also, and I'll be most happy to answer if there are further queries that come in. Right? Okay then. All right. Bye, all of you. Take care.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.